Tom Serrania, he put out some more news about Jonathan Kuminga. And I don't have everything, but I do got the main stuff about what happened with Jonathan Kuminga, the new updates. So the Warriors increased their offer to $72.2 million with a team option. When I did the math, that's about 24 a year, I think, something around there. But it was 3 years, 75.2 million with a team option. Kuminga's camp wants a player option, and they're willing to take a 20 million year range for it. The Warriors view the player option as a non-starter, and Kuminga's camp countered with a 1 year soup-up version of the qualifying offer, and the Warriors decline. And then the Warriors have been trying to trade, have been trying to keep him there, but he keeps saying that he don't want to be there. Steve Kerr basically don't want him there, and that he really wants to play for the Sacramento Kings, and the Kings want him too. So what are your thoughts on the new updates of Jonathan Kuminga?
At this point in time, bro, just move on. Just move on, bro. Y'all can't come to an agreement. It's y'all basically stalling each other out. And it's like he hasn't even accepted the qualifying offer yet. He hasn't accepted any offer yet. So, and the season is a month and some change away. So what are you guys gonna do? What are you guys gonna do if he doesn't have anything signed by the start of the season? And I'm pretty sure he doesn't want to just sit the season out. So at this point in time, bro, just move on. Just trade him to the Kings. My thing is, I wonder who the Kings don't give up for him.
Well,
because
oh, my bad.
Go ahead.
No, I mean, remember when we talked about that like months ago? They offered the trade. It was Malik Monk and a first round pick. The Warriors said no. They said no. They offered them that. They said no.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. We don't know who they're gonna offer now. They said no to that. Are you gonna? We don't want DeMar. I know the Warriors don't want DeMar. If anything, they'll probably take Zach over DeMar. But if you do that, then you got Kuminga and DeMar. That's not a good fit. If anything, Kuminga and Zach is a better fit. But I guarantee the Warriors wouldn't want DeMar. So who you gonna give up? Who you gonna give us?
Well, you got to make the money because he's not making money. And I think that's why Malik Monk, because I think if he signs the new deal, it kind of matches with Malik Monk's deal. That's why I think they can't even offer Zach LaVine. You can't even do it. Me personally,
at this point, it's time to move on. It's time to move on.
They say he's willing to wait all the way up to October 1st. That's the deadline for the qualifying offer. And from what it looks like, he just probably gonna take this crap and just move on. And I think I said it even back then. I said, bro. No, I think I said it when we was talking about like our question for the Warriors and stuff. And I was like, is the Jonathan Kuminga stuff gonna be a distraction? And I think it will be a distraction, bro. He doesn't want to be there. Y'all are literally holding this man hostage. And Steve Kerr don't even want him there. Bro, why is Joe Lacob flying to Florida or whatever? This man choking, y'all. Well, you better. That's for drinking all that water, brother.
Yeah,
man, you drinking all that water. But no, though. Joe Lacob flying to Florida, I think, and he asked him, "Do you want to be there?" And he said, "Do y'all want me?" He said, "Do y'all want me? Do you?" Like, cause y'all, bro. If I'm Kuminga, I don't want to be here. I don't want to be misused. Because I saw that Kuminga says like he thinks he could be a multiple-time All-Star somewhere else if he's in a good place. He probably could. I don't know.
My thing is, why not offer him that deal and then just give him the player option and trade him, bro? And then he's not gonna be on y'all books anymore. Y'all don't gotta worry about that no more.
They want to use him as an asset, bro. That's why they want that team. Because if he has the player option, he has control. He has the power. If you give him the team option, he technically has no power. He has no power.
Yeah, but it's not going to be with you guys' organization though. Because if you give him this,
but he's an asset though. That's what I'm saying. He's an asset. They know they can get a lot.
Yeah, but just because you give him a player option, that doesn't mean that's not a no trade clause. You know what I mean? So even if you give him that 72.5 or whatever, and the players option, that's going to be on the next team to worry about, not y'all. Y'all can still get something back for him and use him as a trade asset. Because if you say say they trade him to the Kings. You sign him for that deal. I'm pretty sure the Kings are not going to care that he has a player option on that deal because he's more than likely going to re-sign with them. And they're probably going to have confidence that he's going to re-sign with them. So I don't get why they won't just add that stipulation in there and move on from him. And all this can be eliminated.
I mean, even though a player option isn't like a no trade clause, it's still some power into that. Because I will only have Kuminga for 2 years. And I think the Warriors view him as like a good player. He just can't fit with us, and Steve Kerr is misusing him. But it's like if we give him the team option, we still have control over you. But if we get the player option that last year, he could be like, man, I don't want to be here. And to the Warriors side, we're losing an asset. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. They feel like they will lose an asset if they give them the player option. But with the team option, we got the control over it. You have no control. No control.
Only reason why I can see they're hesitant on it is for the simple fact of not giving them that player option is because if Steph Curry resigns or retires in the next 2 to 3 years, then it's like it's going to be Kuminga team. So it's like, I know Steve Kerr hasn't developed you. I know he hasn't treated you right and all these things. Because when Steph Curry's gone, I think Steve Kerr is going to be gone too. So now it's like, okay, we're starting our team over with you, Kuminga, and a new coach, and you're going to be the headline of the new Golden State Warriors. That's the only reason why I can think they don't want to give him that player option. But it's the relationship is so damn bad. I don't even think if they gave him that player option, I don't even think he would still be there the next 2 years to even use that player option on that team. I think they would get rid of him before then. It's too much BS going on over there, bro. Too much.
And then it says there was a report that Jimmy Butler has reached out to the Warriors front office to try to understand exactly what their plan is. It said in the ESPN article, they mentioned that Draymond and Jimmy have checked in and reached out to Jonathan Kuminga. I could definitely say that Jimmy Butler has also reached out to the team and been like, what's going on here? I just want to know the plan. If Jimmy Butler has to reach out to you and know, like, what are we doing? It's a problem over there. And I think Steph Curry is he's peacemaker. Steph Curry is the peacemaker over there. He just wants to, he's like, this ain't got nothing to do with me, but I am like the leader of the team, one of the leaders at least. But Jimmy Butler's like, bro, are we keeping him or not? Like, what are we doing? And Charles always talks about, we haven't signed nobody because they're basically waiting on Kuminga to do something so they can sign the players. So he's like, bro, what are we doing? Like, what are we doing? Like, and that's kind of bad on y'all. Like, I ain't gonna lie though. Since Bob Myers left, man, they kind of been going downhill.
Yes, they have. Mike Dunleavy is not it. He's not it.
I give him the trade for Jimmy though. I give him that, but like this Kuminga stuff is just getting out of hand. Like, bro, if I'm not gonna use him, I'll just trade you, bro. Like Malik Monk, I don't know what's the problem with getting Malik Monk. And I think that at that time that draft pick was like 2030, but I think it had protections on it. I think there wasn't no protections. But I don't see what's the problem with just getting Malik Monk. Like, I don't get it. Like,
I feel like they're not getting they feel like they're not getting their value back for Kuminga. That's the only thing I can think of. Because Kuminga, trading just Kuminga for Malik Monk straight up, I wouldn't do that. I would rather keep Kuminga. You know what I mean? So I think they feel like they're not getting that value for it. That's what it really is.
And again, so you do like him on the Kings. And do you think he should accept that 3-year, $75 million deal? You think he should accept it or just keep playing hardball?
No. If it ain't got no player option, no. Because why would I want to be with a team that clearly shows me that they haven't won me? You guys keep saying you guys wanted me. I'm the future. All this, that, and the third. But you guys have not shown it at all. Because if we being honest, if he was the future, they should have treated him like he was the future. They should have treated him like he's going to be next in line once Steph and them leave, but they have not. And so while I want to be with a team and have no freedom at all, and you guys don't even show that you want me for real, I wouldn't accept it either.
It says that the 4 really wants to play with the Kings that has zero interest in playing with the Warriors again. The Kings told Kuminga they view him as an all-star 4 who will receive a high usage rate under Coach Doug Christie. I don't know how that works when you got Zach and DeMar. But that was music to Kuminga's ears. But Golden State isn't interested in what Sacramento is offering. They sign and trade talks with training camp just 2 weeks away. The Warriors only have 9 of their 15 roster spot officially filled, which is pretty sad. Kuminga is the domino that triggers the rest of their plans.
Brother. I think if Kuminga go moves there, they have to at least move the bar. You have to. That's not DeMar, Kuminga, and Zach are not gonna work. That's not gonna work.
And they still got Keegan Murray. But then the thing,
that's not gonna work, dog.
They said he's willing. They said, look, we'll go $20 million a year. Just give me the player option. The Warriors ain't trying to do that. See, this is what I'm saying. They rather go up. They rather give him more money, but have the team option, but won't go lower and give him the player option. They don't want him to have some control. That's what I'm saying. I get it. It's not a no trade clause, but they just don't want him to have no control of where he goes. Because like you said, because how old is he? Is he like 22 or 23? Because if that's the case, he's still not even in his prime.
He's 22.
Yeah,
he's about to be 23.
Bro, he's nowhere in his prime yet. Bro, they view that man as a straight up asset, and they saying with a player option, because hypothetically wise, if it ain't going, like, we're gonna have you for 2 years regardless. But if it ain't going well, like if it ain't going well in that second year, you know that man could just opt out the player option. He could opt out the player option and then move on. But with the team option, even if it's not going well, we can still pick it up and still use you as an asset. That's all I'm saying.
And the thing with Kuminga is, why would I accept that? Why would I accept that? And I know you guys can control. If I accept that, you see how Steve Kerr did him and potentially messed up his money and didn't play him that often when he should have been playing more minutes than what he was. So if I sign that deal, you guys can literally do the same thing for me. And once my deal is up, now the NBA is looking at me as, I'm not worth that much. I'm not this multiple. The Kings don't believe anymore that I'm this multiple-time all-star. So why would I accept that offer in general? So
I think
at least with the player option, if you guys do me like that, I still have a chance to make my own and write my own history, not you guys write it for
me. That's why I think he just gonna take the qualifying offer and move on.
Yeah.
And then the thing is, but then another thing is, if he takes the qualifying offer, technically both of them have no control, because the Warriors, he will only be making $7 million. Nowadays, that's really not enough to trade nobody. You can't really trade nobody with $7 million. But if he takes $24 million, that is enough for me to trade you somewhere potentially. That's why they rather give him all that money, because they know we can get something back. If it doesn't work out, we can trade you somewhere, but we give you team options so you don't have no power technically. But if I take the qualifying offer, you really can't trade me, because what you gonna get back with $7 million? That's a really good player. And then I can just leave, and then y'all lose me for nothing. So that's on y'all. But at the end of the day, he is taking a risk, because you could get hurt.
If he gets hurt, yeah.
And if he's not playing good, some teams, I think there might be some teams that will take advantage, will like take a chance. Because I saw a report that said they didn't say the teams, but they said like 10 teams would be lining up next summer to sign him if he's an unrestricted free agent. Which probably is
all
true.
but teams. It got to be all. Well,
with
not
teams
all
with cap
but,
space. With teams with cap space.
Yeah.
And then the last thing on this, according to Sam Amick, the silence. What happened?
I was thinking about the teams in my head. What teams he'd be good on? This is me being a Pistons fan, but him on the Pistons, him at the 4 overtime. That I didn't look at. I ain't look at yet. I ain't look at that yet.
Think of some of the weak teams.
He played Brooklyn, 4? Of course. Yeah, Brooklyn. Him at the 4, Durant at the 5. Oh my God, I like that. With Cade at the 1, and then Asura at the 2, and if you keep the Tobias, put Tobias at the 3, or have Jaden Ivey, Asura. I think they should move on for Jaden Ivey. I think it's about that time.
And the last thing about this is, according to Sam Amick, the silence isn't coincidence. The Warriors might be keeping their books clean with an eye on 2027 free agency when both Giannis Antetokounmpo and Nikola Jokic could hit the market with player option. This means the Dubs are thinking beyond today's roster battles. Steph Curry won't be around forever, and Golden State wants to make sure he's got one last superstar partner for a final championship push. Bro, Steph Curry could be like 40-something. What are we talking about?
Only person I could see coming to Golden State, bro, is Giannis. That's the only one. Jokic is not going nowhere, bro. He's not going nowhere. They talking about it was reports that Jokic might go to the Bulls. He's not going to the Bulls.
I ain't going no damn Bulls. Oh, you talking about Giannis? Or you talking about Giannis or Jokic?
Jokic, because it's a lot of Serbian whatchamacalls out there. No, bro. He's not going there either. He's not going to Golden State. Only person I can see going to Golden State may be Giannis.
I don't see none of them going there. I think they go. If anything, Jokic stays in Denver and Giannis goes somewhere else, bro. What are they going? Well, bro, what are the Warriors going to be in 2027? They nothing. Because, like you said, bro, all their contracts are lined up. Everybody has 2 years left. Jimmy Butler signed a 2-year deal. Draymond Green has 2 years left. Steph Curry has 2 years left on his deal. Steve Kerr signed an extension. He has 2 years left. Everything lines up. So by that time, what you gonna do? Resign Steph, older Steph, and then try to get Giannis? Then what that team gonna look like? What are we doing? Man, I don't know what they're doing, bro. According to Netflix starting 5 season 2 featuring Jaylen Brown, Kevin Durant, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Tyrese Halliburton, James Harden will release on October 16th.
Okay, did you watch the last one?
I did watch the last one. I did watch.
Yeah, I liked it. I liked it. I really liked it. Yeah.
This one might be better though.
You think it's better than Hard Knocks? Because it reminds me of Hard Knocks.
Well, it is kind of like Hard. Well, no. Well, but these follow players. Hard Knocks is
that's
really
what I'm saying. Like
teams.
I mean, but it's the same thing.
I get what you're saying. Yeah, but it's just. I don't know. Hard Knocks got to be it has to be the team. Like I watched the ones with the Bills this year. I didn't care for it. I watched it, but I didn't care for it.
I think it's a little bit better than Hard Knocks just because it's following individual players. And we get to see the individual player lives instead. Like if the Hard Knocks was following the team and then one more in depth on like Josh Allen or you know what I mean, I think it'll be a little bit better. But I like this a little bit better than Hard Knocks.
And you do like basketball more than football, so.
Well, of course, but
all right, then that makes sense. But this one might be better than last year because 2 of the guys on here made it to the finals.
Yeah,
Shai and Tyrese. So like that, how they lead it up to it is gonna be really good. But it is gonna hurt my heart when I see Tyrese Halliburton go down again. It is gonna hurt my heart.